And welcome back to Hook, Line and Sinker, the midweek tug, Jev. This is a round 9 preview, so we're going to go through the lines, any hooks that we like, so some little bets for the week, and any legs that we might be looking to not go near in this round. Jev, how are you? How was your day, my man?
Great, Darc. I am happy to be back on Hook, Line, Sinker. We recorded an episode last week. You were doing it off a bloody mobile phone, internet, dodgy dial-up line. Your part didn't record. It was just me. Would have been good for my brand, but we didn't upload it. And so we're back. Hope people missed us because we missed uploading it. We absolutely love doing this. So, yeah.
Shad, I thought we actually had some all right takes last week, so I'm really shattered that we didn't actually get to fucking get them up and about. Now, Jev, before we start, we have announced the winners for the Discord. So for anyone that signed up, it's only $2. So you obviously get entry into the Discord, so where we talk obviously all about betting. We've got all the different group chats in that. And then also you get access to the 100K multi as well. So you guys actually don't have to put it on. We have it all there, so you guys just click the links. So the winners, we've got Seb Reynolds, we've got Macca Williams, and Henry Warner. So everyone, Jev, what do they get? They get a family feast, a slab of claws, and then their very own 100K hat.
Honestly, unbelievable. A slab of beer, a bucket of chicken, and a new hat. If they're our sort of guys, they will enjoy that because I know I would. Good on them. Good on them. Mate, they're all active in the Discord. It's been good chatting with all of them. So
it's been unbelievable, Jev, especially because obviously footy's only been weekend. The NBA group chat and playoffs has been electric. You've been on fire as well, Jev.
Yeah, I've been hot. We should have won big today as well. We were stiff today. If that wasn't a blowout in Denver, Phoenix, we would have been up big.
That was and then James Harden barely scored in the last. I need him for 20. He was on 17. He just was. Tyrese Maxey was going nuts.
Yeah, he was. It
was actually a very good game. All right, Jev, let's crack into it. So we have Richmond and Geelong at the MCG, Jev. Do you have any hooks in this one?
Yeah, I actually do. I like Richmond's midfield to go head-to-head and nearly beat Geelong's midfield. No danger, no Cam Guthrie. So who plays in the midfield for, I think it's Max Holmes, Atkins,
Duncan,
like Blitzarves. I'm looking at $2.05 for Hopper to get 25, $2.65 for Prestia to get 25, and $1.26 for Taranto to get 25, which is like 100% on the year. That multi pays 5-1. I like them to look at Geelong's midfield and go head-to-head with them because I think a few injuries at Geelong. I like the Tigers on the G this week.
Fuck. That's good, Jev. That's a fucking very good insight. I'm just having a quick look at what they got last week. So Hopper had 32, Taranto had 30, Prestia had 23. That was his first game back, so he'll be looking to get a little bit more. Jev, I like it.
Yeah, I do know the line for this game, so we can go past that part, but I'm definitely sort of leaning Tigers' way a little bit. Can't wait to see what you're leaning. Do you have any hooks?
No, mate, I do, Jev. The Cats have won each of its last 19 games with Duncan in the side.
Oh, fucking hell. That's
He's in the side, Jev. 19 in a row. I don't see them losing. Cats are $1.33. And also, Jezza Cameron has kicked 3+ in his last 7 matches.
He has, and he's on the reverse Coleman, Noah Bolter.
Jev, $1.33. So there's just a couple to have a look at. And also, the Cats have covered the line each of its last 3 matches against the Tigers. So something to have a look into. But Jev, obviously, if you know what the line is, you may as well tell everyone what it is.
So it's 20.5, what I just saw just then when I just looked up my hook. So 20.5, that feels very Geelong way. I think they win by 3 goals. What can I get for $1.30 though?
So $1.30, it's either Richmond plus 39.5 or Geelong minus 2.5.
Yeah, see? Well, as you said, Geelong, what are they to win head-to-head? Yeah, no, they're $1.32 to win. You might as well just take them head-to-head.
100%.
See, I actually, when I liked the Richmond midfield. I like the way the Tigers play on the G. Remember against Melbourne, they actually had a really good game plan. They went head-to-head with Melbourne. They probably just lacked a bit of class. Without Danger and Guthrie, I'm sort of liking the Tigers this week, but I think I got to take that Geelong head-to-head bet. I think they just win, don't they?
Yeah, I agree. I just don't see them losing. I just don't. It's always next up with the Cats.
Yeah, I agree. I think
I watched the Tigers last week. They seem to struggle to get going. Obviously, they end up winning. against West Coast. But Jeff, they've only won 2 games this year.
Yeah.
So I can't bet against Geelong in a head-to-head bet if you ask me, and that's pretty much where the line is. I'll have to take Geelong, and I'll also be taking Jez for 3.
Yeah, love that.
So we both agree on that one. Next game, Jev,
Geelong,
West Coast and Gold Coast.
West Coast, Gold Coast. Is it at Optus Stadium?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Gold Coast minus. That's 17.5, does
21.5.
21.5. So 3.5 goals. Yeah. I like Gold Coast right now. Rowell and Anderson are ready to explode, aren't they? They've taken the Toot Mill injury in their stride. They're ready to be the best. They're ready to be the next Petrarca and Oliver. I am definitely leaning that Gold Coast way. What can I get for $1.30?
Yeah, so it's either West Coast plus 40.5 or it's the same thing, Jev. Gold Coast minus 2.5.
Oh, we can just get Gold Coast head to head at $1.30. Oh, take that. So now we've started with Geelong head-to-head, Gold Coast head-to-head. I'm liking this so far, Das.
And why wouldn't you do this? Because, Jev, West Coast have lost 15 of its last 16 matches. So, obviously, Gold Coast are at $1.30. Gold Coast have covered 4 of its last 5 matches against the Eagles. And how's this, Jev? I absolutely love this. West Coast have lost each of its last 6 matches by 40-plus points. You can get Gold Coast plus 40 at $3.05.
Yeah, I love it. And
they've lost their last 6 by 40. Gold Coast have shown me a bit, Jev. I will be sprinkling that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do Pyramid at the end of this weekend, 3rd installment of the Pyramid. Noah Anderson is basically in. He has to have an absolute stinker not to get in. If he has a big game again, I'm up and about. He's back in.
Also, Jev, we're off to a good start. So we're just taking Geelong and Gold Coast head-to-head.
Yeah,
so
it's a good start.
I like it. Now, Jev, this is going to be a bit of a funny one, but Sydney and Freo, Jev.
Swans, it's at the SCG, 145. Pretty tough one for Freo. Swans have lost, I think we've lost 3 in a row, 4 in a row. We've lost 5 out of 6. I'm going to say Swans about 14.5.
21.5.
21.5. So it does feel like
on the same 3 games in a row, pretty much the line.
Yeah, it feels like a little too much for how well the Swans are going. But I think our season's over, but I think we're playing all right. It's down to bad goal kicking, really. I thought we outplayed the Pies. We were watching it live. I thought we were all over them. We just kicked 1 goal 8. So what can I get? $1.30, Das.
Well, we can get the same. So it's Freo plus 40.5, or we can take Sydney minus 2.5.
Yeah, the Swans are $1.30 to win. Oh, God, that feels... What do you reckon? I do like the Freo line. I don't think the Swans are going to blow them out, but I'm just going to take the Swans to win, I think.
I'm taking them head-to-head. And, Jev, how's this? Freo have lost each of its last 6 matches in New South Wales.
Yeah. You got to think 145 in Sydney is like 10:45 in WA. Like, that's like a shock for them.
Actually wouldn't even think about that, Jev. That's actually a really good shout.
Yeah.
But I just think you guys, as you said, even last week, you guys were really good up until you had the goal kicking. You guys versus GWS were really good up until the very end. You guys obviously got smoked against Geelong.
Yeah.
But apart from that, you guys were there and there with Richmond, and then you guys really kicked away.
Up by 20 points against Port Adelaide as well.
Only just lost to Port Adelaide. So you've been there in those matches, and obviously Melbourne kicked away from you in the last. But your best is way better than Freo.
Yeah,
Freo don't have a forward line. I don't rate them. I think you guys are good. John Longmire's too good of a coach. You guys are too good of its side to let this lead go and lose to Fremantle and just roll over.
Isaac Heaney owes us 2. He owes us 3. He owes us 4. He owes us a day, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All right, next game. So we've just taken head-to-head bets so far. I don't mind this.
I like it. All right, next game, Jev. North and Port Adelaide.
North and Port Adelaide. Oh, this is the Jason Norm-Francis Cup down in Tassie.
Yeah, Bloodstone Arena.
I'm going to say Port by about 28, 30 points, 28.5 points.
Yeah, 31.5. So pretty much bang
off. I actually like the way Port just handle business at the moment. They just win games, don't they? They've become harder to play against. Yeah, I think North are going to be worried about Horn-Francis. I think Port will just handle business. I'm probably leaning that Port line a bit more. Yep. What can I get for $1.30?
I'll be taking the Port line as well, Jev, but it's either North plus 50.5 or Port Adelaide minus 13.5.
Yeah.
I definitely think Port covers 2 goals easy.
I think they cover 2. I think that North line wins as well, but geez, North can't kick a goal right now. I think they'll lift a little bit for the Horn France thing, and Zerha will play a good game. I'm going to take that 13.5 for Port, Das.
100%. How's this? So North have lost 23 of its last 24 matches against teams ranked higher than them on the ladder. And also North have lost each of its last 4 matches at Bloodstone Arena by a margin of 40 plus. So if anyone wants Port Adelaide over 40, 225.
Oh, here we go. That's a nice bet, Dad.
It's just some nice little stats for you. So North, you think they play well down there, but they don't.
They don't.
They're actually stink.
They're in a bad headspace at the moment, North. They don't know what they're doing.
Next game, Jev, Hawthorn and Melbourne. So Hawks have failed to cover the line in each of its last 4 matches at the MCG.
This is 440 at the G, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This feels like a 10-goal shellacking. I'm going to say Melbourne by about 40 points.
Yeah, it's 41.5.
Yeah, this feels like a shellacking. This feels like Melbourne beat the Swans in the last quarter by 10 goals. Like it could be 30 points 3/4 time and end up as 65 points like that.
Yeah, well, Jev, before we actually get into that, so for anyone that doesn't know, I sort of do my own stats anyway. So depending on where the line is and then depending on what the actual result is. So I've got Hawthorn, Jev. So the last 2 sides, North Melbourne are a minus 115 point side and Hawthorn are minus 136.
Yeah.
Like they are the worst in the league by an absolute country mile. And I saw what Melbourne did to North. So I guarantee they'll be doing the exact same thing to Hawthorn. So I think that line, Jev, at 41.5, I don't think it's anywhere near enough. But for $1.30, you can either get the Hawks for 10 goals, so 59.5 plus, or Melbourne minus 22.5.
Yeah, we'll take that Melbourne line because Hawks are the only team that cost us last week. We took them over in WA, lost by 55 points. It was the only line we didn't get right last week, so I can't trust them. I cannot trust them. Sometimes they put in a good performance, but 22.5 should be easy work. Melbourne win by 4 goals.
100%. And all the big boys will kick back out. Like you watch, Petrarca will get his hands on a lot. Oliver will get his 30 again. I just definitely think it's a fill-me-up game. I reckon it's just death taxes.
Yeah.
We're agreeing so far. I love this. So next game, Jev, Brisbane versus Essendon. So Brisbane have won each of its last 5 games, Jev. So they're on a little bit of a hot streak.
Brisbane at the Gabba as well. Brisbane at the Gabba are basically nearly unbeatable in this league. So
apart from last year when they actually lost to Essendon.
Oh, really?
Remember?
They lost to Essendon at the Gabba last year.
It's like their only loss they've had in 8.
I think they're at like 35 out of 36. There you go. So I'm going to say if it was in Melbourne, it'd be Brisbane by about 16 points, but I reckon it's 2 goals more at the game. I'm going to go 27.5.
You're 25.5.
Yeah. So, I still rate Essendon. I think, don't mind that Essendon line, 28.5. I don't mind giving them points, but what can I get Brisbane at $1.30?
Yeah, I agree. I reckon it's a real tricky one. Like Essendon, they're second on my ladder. Like they've been cover machines this year. Brisbane minus 5.5 or Essendon plus 44.5.
5.5. See, both of them win, don't they?
I think so. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I'm leaning Brisbane at home.
Yeah.
I had at the start of the year that they'll be the highest scoring team in the AFL.
Yeah.
And I think at home they're a different beast. And I think that Essendon off a tough loss, like a double travel, so they've gone to Adelaide. And then up to Brisbane. I think Brisbane at home. They obviously played the Friday night, so they've had the big rest. I think Brisbane get it done.
They Essendon have 2 players done for a couple of weeks. Harrison Jones and someone else announced they're out for. They've got a bad back. I honestly thought you were going to say more than 5.5. Brisbane for 1 goal. Like Essendon through the kitchen sink and Port still lost by 5 points last week. Played really well. 1 goal at the Gabba. Give me all of that. They beat Melbourne by 40 points basically.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you though. I still like. Yeah. If I had to pick one of them to cover, it's probably Essendon. How's this for a stat? Each of the last 6 teams to play Carlton have failed to cover the line the next week.
Oh, there you go.
Here's a random stat for you.
Nah, I'm taking that Brisbane 5.5. Are you taking it as well?
100%. I think they're way away. Like, if you look at the actual line, I'd probably, close to taking 25, but I think by 5.5 at home, $1.30.
Yeah.
Love it.
They're
All right,
fucking
next
good.
game. This is Carlton and the Bulldogs.
Carlton Dogs, we will be there. Ah, shit. This is a tough one. At Marvel, I'm going to say it's borderline pick 'em. I'm going to say Dogs by about 3 points, 2.5, 3.5 points.
Dogs minus 1.5. It flirted out to 2.5 and then went back to 1.5. So
Yeah, it's basically pick 'em. Fuck. Geez, Carlton need a performance. What can I get for $1.30? I can get plus points both sides, which I love.
yeah. So Carlton plus 19.5, or you can take Bulldogs 17.5.
Carlton 19.5, Bulldogs 17.5. Geez, I trust the Bulldogs more than I trust the Blues. Liam Jones. Who's playing on Curnow? Liam Jones. Bontempelli's in better form than anyone on the field. I'm going to take that. I trust the Dogs more than I trust Carlton right now. I'm going to take that Dogs line.
No, I don't blame you.
Are you going to take the Blues line? Are you going to back him to put into performance?
I have to. So on my ladder, Carlton are actually one spot just above the Bulldogs. So I've still got Carlton at a +4 side. Bulldogs are a -5. So it's telling me they're only a few points better than the Bulldogs, and the numbers and Blues have covered the line in each of its last 6 games against the Dogs.
Blues have covered the line.
Its last 6 games against the Dogs.
Yeah. Look, I can see you winning the game. I'm comfortable.
We can't get blown out by 3 goals again.
You can't.
You're hot or you Jew, and I've got to take it.
You got to. Yeah, you do. Something has to change down there. I've just got a lot of trust in Bontempelli at the moment.
100%.
Tim English. So I'm going to take the Dogs.
As you should, 100%. But what do I hang my hat on?
Yeah, you got to back. You know
what I mean?
I'm going to be there. It's going to be funny. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, fuck us. All right, next game. Adelaide versus St Kilda, Jev. This is actually going to be a really good game.
Cracker. Adelaide. It's at Adelaide Oval. St Kilda came off a bit of a bruise-free game. Adelaide played at Geelong. So I'm going to say it's Adelaide minus probably only about 6.5.
Yeah, 7.5.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So $1.30, Adelaide plus 10.5, or St Kilda plus 26.5.
Oh, I like that. I like giving Adelaide points at home.
100%.
But I also like giving St Kilda points because their defense, they only average 59 points against. But did you listen to Daniel Hoyne today on Sports Day? Where he said they should have 100 more points kicked on them this year. Teams are missing easy set shots.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough one. What one are you going to take?
And you know what they said even a few weeks ago? Adelaide should be almost 7-0 because they're missing so many chances.
Set shots. Daniel Hoyne said Adelaide's got their game in as good as order as any team. I'm leaning giving Adelaide points. I like the home team getting some points. What are you going to take?
Yeah, I'll be taking points at home. And how's this? The favourite has won in Adelaide's last 17 day matches. So whether it be, when they versed Richmond at the start of the year, Richmond were favourites, they won. So whoever was favourite on the day has been winning. Yep. So the Crows are favourite in this matchup, Jev.
Yeah.
So giving them points at home, I think after a pretty tough loss against Geelong, I will see them winning this game. And they're $1.60 head-to-head. So look, for $1.30, I think giving them plus 10 points, I think that should be big enough of a cushion.
Kilda, yeah.
Rank and Rochelle, like those guys that didn't get really near it last week, I think are going to have a big game.
Yeah, no, I'm in. Give the Crows. I think that St Kilda line probably will cover as well, 26.5.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take the home team with some points, definitely. Yeah. Next game.
I'm going more for the win than a cover. I'd rather back the win. Next game, so Collingwood and GWS. So, Jev, the Pies have won 15 of the last 16 games at the MCG. Pies are head-to-head are $1.16. The only game that they actually did lose was that first final against Geelong. Apart from that, they've been pretty much death taxes. Not sure if Toby Green's back in the side yet. If he is, I guarantee this line will change significantly. Where do you think it sits?
Is this Sunday 4:40 at the G? This wouldn't be a bad game to go to. I'm going to say, because it's Collingwood, it's going to be a bit more pumped up than it probably should be. I'm going to say it's going to be close to 40 points, Darc.
It's 33.5. It was a bit more than what I thought. But I think if Toby's in the side, it comes in probably a goal plus.
So this is a tough. So what can I get at $1.30?
Yeah, so $1.30, you either get the Pies minus 14.5 or GWS plus 52.5.
This is a fucking hard one. I love the way GWS play. I
So do
love,
I.
I love the way they always keep themselves in games. They nearly. I swear, I was watching. I didn't watch the Dogs GWS.
They came
I
back.
saw the score. I swear they got it to within 6 points. If Toby was playing, they probably win that game and steal it like they did the Swans. I love the way they keep games close and then try and win it at the end. But
Well, Jeff, so if you look at the line, so you look at last week, so they only lost by 15 to the Dogs. They beat you guys, so beat the Swans by 1. Brisbane only got done by 21.
yeah, they
Uh,
covered. That's
then what they
3
had,
points.
they beat Hawthorn by 2 points. After that, they Essendon by 13. Um, Carlton by 10 points. Like they're not getting blown out. Essendon 28. Oh no, so West Coast they lost by 19, which is pretty much almost their biggest loss. Like they're being competitive.
They've
And then obviously they beat Adelaide by 16. So I think 30 plus 52.5 would seem pretty safe.
But
But
I think you're going to take Collingwood at the G, don't you?
they're
Like,
gonna show out. Like that it's one of the biggest field advantages
yeah,
in
it's
it's like when the Tigers were pumping, they show out. Like even last week against the Swans, Jeff, they had 71,000.
yeah.
Obviously, the Swans have a pretty big supporter base. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to be 70, probably anywhere around 60, but
Yeah,
they're
they'll
going to be
get 55, 60 there. And you saw against the Swans, it was
they're
up
loud.
18 points with like a minute to go. They kicked 2 goals in the last minute, basically, and beat us by 29 points. So then 14 and a half points. They can kick that with 2 minutes to go and 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter, and bang, they cover the line. I'm going to take Collingwood minus 14 and a half. Also, I love the GWS plus points, but I'm going to take Collingwood.
Yeah, so am I. I just think Sam Taylor's still out. You've got Toby Green potentially out. It's just two bigger lines at both end that aren't playing if they're not. So I'll be taking the same. So pretty much, Jeff, our multi. So the only one different that we're actually taking is you're taking the Bulldogs line. I'm taking the Blues.
Yep.
So then that would still pay $12.34.
I'm
So Geelong minus 2.5, Gold Coast minus 2.5, Sydney minus 2.5. So pretty much got to pick them for all those ones. We're taking Port Adelaide minus 13.5, Melbourne minus 22, Brisbane minus 5. I've got Blues plus 19.5. You've got the Bulldogs plus 17. We're taking Adelaide plus 10, and then Collingwood minus 14.5. That should get you 12.34.
correct.
And also, Jeff, I've taken a few of those little sneaky those little stats. So I've actually put that into a multi. So Jeremy Cameron for 3 goals. Obviously, he's kicked his last 3 games. And Geelong head-to-head. I've got Gold Coast head-to-head, Sydney head-to-head, Port Adelaide. Obviously, you see that North Melbourne have been done by over 40 points in the last 6 games. So I've got Port minus 40. We've got Melbourne at the line minus 40. Brisbane head-to-head. Adelaide head-to-head. Collingwood head-to-head. That gets you $28.
Let's go.
So I'll be putting that in the Discord with the link. So if anyone's in the Discord, you guys can just copy bet that and they'll go straight in. If you don't, you got to re-listen to that and try and copy it out yourselves. So well done on that one.
Let's fucking go.
All right, Jev. Now before we finish, we have our forward lines, we have our midfield. Now we are picking our best 6 defenders. Now you went first for the forwards. I went first for the mids. That means you are going first for the defense.
Yes.
So 6 players.
We pick one. I will be taking Nick Dacos.
Oh, you were saying Dawson 2 weeks
I
ago.
sucked you in.
He's out of form, Jev, and then you've gone the young whispers.
I've thrown your whole draft off, hasn't I?
Definitely not. Well, I thought I'd be taking him over the last few weeks, but I will be taking Jordan Dawson with my first pick.
Well done. Well done. We pick 2. Got to figure out how I'm doing this.
For anyone who doesn't know, we are building a team for the future. So we're going to pick our best 6 defenders in this section, and then we'll come out with our team at the very end, and everyone can vote on who has a better team. So far, we have our forwards and our mids, so now we're just going through our defense now.
Righto, we pick 2 on my other half back line, Jack Sinclair.
Yes, very good. We know how much you love him. Now, I know he'll be coming back from injury eventually, so he'll be back in the side. I'll be taking Sammy Taylor, big key defender.
That's who I was about to take, but I thought I'm going to leave him. So then I'm going to take, as my key defender, Darcy Moore.
Yeah, I'm thinking Mitch Hinge.
You can't be. No, I don't mind it.
I've got him on the list twice. Nah, I might just take some Hopefully, I think he's going to be a Jet. I'm not sure if he's going to play backline all the time, but I know you got Dacos, Jev. I'm taking a little Harry Sheasel. I'm going to
Yeah,
take.
yeah, nice.
I'm
Nice.
looking. I'm looking for the future. I'll be taking Sheasel.
I'm going to take, I think he's the All Australian lock right now at fullback or centre back. Cal Wilkie is averaging like 20 disposals, and he's just a brick wall back there. So I think he's our age. I think he's 27 or 28. As my other key back, I'm going to take Cal Wilkie.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, Jev. Now, I'll be looking for a little bit of experience here. So another one to hold him back. I'll be taking Tom Stewart.
Yeah, I was going to draft him as well. 30 years old, don't care. He's just too good of a defender.
Hey, bit of experience there. You'll be able to sit back and just sort of teach the young fellas. Look, remember,
In my
we might
back
only be there
pocket,
for a couple of years.
I'm going to take the lizard, Nick Blakey. Absolutely
Yeah.
love him. Love his speed, love his kicking skills, and love his height for versatility.
Do I look towards a Johnny Noble, Jev? Do I look towards a Mitch Hinge? Do I look towards? No, I actually like him as a defender. Fuck it, I'm gonna take Sam Doherty. I want him in my side. I love
Yeah,
him.
good call, good call.
I'll take him.
No one's touched Jacob Wiedering ever since he got robbed. We haven't touched him.
Mate, I wouldn't. I don't. How can you trust him?
All right, I'm a bit. I don't know who to take it because I was going to try and snag Tom Stewart with my last pick. So, who am I going to take on the other back pocket? This is more. I need some personality in my team. I need a defender that can play on talls and smalls and a bit of cunt about him. I'm going to take Bruzzy Braden Maynard.
Yeah, like that. I think I had too many bigs. I was like, yeah, no, that's a great call.
He can be big and small.
It's a great pick.
Good kick. Yeah, I've got 3 Collingwood defenders in there, and 2 St Kilda.
They're playing well.
Yeah, they are.
I'll be taking. I like him. I need a small. Someone else is just gonna just have a crack. I'll be taking Liam Baker, Jev. I love him.
Yeah, just a general footballer. Yeah, great call.
He's in there. He can play. He can play on the smalls. He has a crack. Use the ball pretty well, and that rounds out my back line.
Yeah, come on. So now it's our back line. Can't wait to post these. There's 2 different photos of our full 18, 22 actually, and a sub, and see what teams people prefer.
That's good.
Bench next week. I guarantee, you've got pick 1. I guarantee you won't take the number 1 pick that I want. I've got my eyes on a bloke that I want so bad.
I know you wanted a few Swans players, but I don't think you'll be taking Heaney anytime soon.
He won't be taking Heaney. Probably won't take Mills either. They're both. Oh, Mills is playing okay. The Swans are just
probably
shit.
I'm assuming it's going to be Noah Anderson.
Oh yeah, not a bad call. I'll tell you who was out of form when we drafted the midfielders. Andrew Brayshaw. He could be a good. He was basically a Brownlow medal favourite at the start of the year. He's a good bench pick. We wanted to borrow him.
It's the best thing about only 2 of us drafting from the whole AFL. We're still going to have 2 pretty good fucking teams.
There's my forward draft. Hang on.
All right. Hey, hook, line, and sinker. Make sure you guys keep getting on the Discord. I'm telling you, it's that much fun. Jev, we got playoffs tomorrow. We got the Lakers on tomorrow. You're going to be giving out some heaters. I'm telling you, I've been studying the form this week for the footy, Jev. I'm coming back.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
We need a big league.
I'm telling you. It's like I'm sitting on a hot water bottle right now. My ass is burning. I can feel it, Jev. My ears are getting hot.
Come on.
I can feel it. I've got a big week coming up, so make sure, exclusive in the Discord. Jev, we got playoffs. We've got AFL. Round 9. Here we go. Hook, line, and sinker. What a show. Let's go.
Normal 100K show. Oh, the fan-voted 10K Punters Club will be out. We've already posted on our Discord, and I don't know if Morg's posted the code, but that'll be posted tomorrow. The code on the Insta. You can vote on our Insta link in the bio, I think. All the legs will be there. You vote I think it's 7 favourite legs. We'll stack it up. Fan voted 10K Punters Club. Should be our best one yet. One of our closest ones we got last year. Let's win it this week, Darc. Come on.
Let's go. Hey, I'm seeing some fucking big wins this week. Hey, we're just kicking off, Jev. This is good. Almost halfway through the season. Hey, you go get to bed, big fella.
You too, mate. I'll see you Friday. 100K. Let's go. Up the potty.